Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 23rd of June 2020. Welcome to live or video number 179. Have you ever asked yourself why we as guys we lose the relationship game? Why do we struggle? Why do we have this whole grind through all of this? Because the farther the worse situation looks like. And at the end we lose the game when the relationship falls apart, and then we struggle for some more time, and then again we struggle with ourselves, in ourselves. And I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I thought maybe it's a good thing to talk about, because maybe that's the whole point. The way we approach this whole thing is all wrong, and that's why we struggle, and then everything falls apart. So look at it this way. What do you do when something goes wrong, when something completely different? Like, I don't know, maybe you hurt your leg, maybe you hurt your, something happened, you feel pain in your leg. What do you do? That's the third thing, that's the first thing we make a huge mistake. The first thing and the worst thing that we do. We try to wait it out. It's like we think that it's just gonna, pass away on its own. And the problem is that many times it takes us forever to get to the point that maybe my leg is hurt for 2 months, maybe it's a little bit too long, maybe it's a sign that it's not gonna go away on its own. And many times we go we try to wait it out for so long that the end result, when you go to the doctor, he will say, 2 months, are you crazy? Now it's gonna take much longer to deal with it. And I'm not saying, to be a hypochondriac or whatever the name is, that with everything you just run to the doctor. The same thing here, many times it just works. Maybe that's why we do it. But when you see that situations die, why do you wait? Second thing that we do wrong is that we think that we're going to fix it ourselves. And let me again use some completely different examples so that will prove my point. Let's say that your laptop stopped working. It just, when you launch it, it just gives some strange sounds and then it just shuts down. How many of us will try to wait it out and try to say, I'll try tomorrow, maybe it's gonna work? And then how many of us, take the screwdriver, and even though we have completely no experience with laptops, no computer or IT background, you just try to open the thing and try to see what's going on. How do you think that's gonna work? You see, this is the problem. We are trying to do everything, not to ask someone else for help. And the problem with that is that we have this very kind of stupid approach to all of this. First, we try to wait it, then we try to fix it on our own, which in many cases we have no clue what we did until now. And I don't know what gives you the confidence that you find the solution, when you try to fix it your own. But three, we go to even if we decide to ask or talk to someone, we ask completely the wrong people. Because how many of you gonna, if you have some issues, you're gonna go and ask your buddies, where 80 or 90% of them have no relationship of their own, or their relationships or marriages are broken exactly as yours, or maybe even worse. Or how many of them are already divorced? The same thing with going, if your wife pushed you to do some marriage counseling, with all the respect to marriage counselors, psychologists, and so on. But unfortunately, maybe that's just my experience. I saw so many of them that you see, 25 years old, fresh out of the university, someone who's gonna tell you what to do in your life when half of their lives you've been already in a relationship. How long it's gonna take you to trust them? How long it's absurd, and even worse when your wife pushes you to do it. You're just not gonna take what they say. And how many times, again, with all due respect to psychologists, and maybe they are great and so on, but how many of them are women? Have nothing against women, but tell me, how long it's gonna take you to trust women? What can she tell you about what you have in your pants and how to deal with it? What can she tell you about manhood? What is the thing that she'll advise you on about building a relationship or marriage or family from a man's perspective? Even if she was, all A student, she has no experience at all. And Bill Burr, the great comedian, he's always laughing. It's like, woman telling you something about manhood and about the relationship from men's perspective is like you teaching ladies about how to be pregnant. Third trimester. What should you expect? That's what he's saying in one of these stand-ups. Brilliant. But that's the truth. Even if she really knows a lot, you'll have really hard time to take what she's selling you. That's why, if you add it all together, that's why we lose. First of all, we don't ask anyone for help. We try to wait it out. Second, we try to fix it on our own, even though we failed until now. So, and then if we ask for help, we ask completely the wrong people. So this is what I want to tell you in this video. If you want to deal with relationship problems, something that the situation is dire, it all goes south really fast, time is not on your side, find a guy who's having lots of experience, who'll be able to tell you, listen, I went through that, I've been there, I've done that. This is what you need to understand, this is what you need to do, this is how we can fix it. And trust me, relationship is not a new kid on the block. It's here for a long time. Everything that's supposed to be said about it was said already. Everything that's supposed to be written about it was already written. And so on and so on. The information is there. You just need to find a person who is passionate about enough that they gather this information as much as they can. So when you come and say, listen, I'm struggling with this, and that, they'll tell you, oh, this is easy because, someone said, or I saw this, or I've experienced this myself. This is the solution. So I want you to look at this from like a helicopter view. It's like, what you supposed to do when your wife's laptop would stop working? Would you try to wait it out? Would you try to fix it yourself when you have completely no expertise on it? No, you will take the laptop, go to the person who is dealing with this stuff, paying $50 or $100, fix it, bring it next day, done. Do the same thing with your relationships. Go to someone who's able to help you just fix it and come back. Because this will put you in a position not to struggle with it, not to fight it, not to keep it in yourself, but just say it to someone, listen, I'm struggling with this, I need help. They'll give it to you, then you'll be able to make it happen in your relationship, just with this laptop. So this is what I want you to take from this video. Your relationship and status of it, and how you're going to deal with it, everything is how it is. And it's your call how you're going to do this and how you're going to approach fixing the problems that are there. There are people who are ready to help. And if you want my help, go to my website and it's just schedule a strategy call with me. That's it. I'll tell you, we're going to talk for an hour and I'll tell you exactly what's the problem. You see it for yourself. That's the whole point of this call. And then you can go through my videos. There's like almost 180 videos. Then if you give me what's the problem, I'll point you to the video. Or if you don't want to talk to me, cool, find someone. There's Garrett White, there's John Gray, I think. There's Men on Fire. And there's tons of other people who deal with this. Don't try to fix it on your own. But do something about it. So again, think about it. take a deep breath, and do something about it. Because the solution to your problems are in your reach. And if you're not going to do anything about it, you're going to fail. So that's why prove that you've got a pair and ask for help. If you like this video, like, share, and comment. If you didn't, give me a shout as well. What do you think? What's your experience? What is the thing that I don't understand or I don't see or I haven't mentioned in this video? And if there's anything you want me to talk to you about, give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.